Alright, so 11 rows have now been cleared in the challenge series. And now we move on to row 12. And where once again we have got 2 more Tollbooth time trials, along with a cost estate challenge and a pursuit evasion challenge. Hopefully this will not be as hard to clear as what the previous challenge was. Hopefully. Yeah, I'm really sorry if you're having to hear me sip from my bottle. Oh hey, we're driving the Pontiac now. That's cool. And I miss it on the launch. Well, at least I can say the road is clear. I think considering the amount of horse shit I went through in the previous challenge, I'm actually glad to say there's no traffic this time around. Okay. Alright, I did not go headfirst into the wall this time. Even though I probably still did approach it with a little too much speed, but either way, I managed to get through this time. So basically from here, I cannot afford any direct hits. Because any direct hits I get from here, this game will punish me for it, and it will punish me for it greatly. With these remaining challenges. Also, I'm pretty sure this thing has the Aston Martin DB9 engine, if I'm not mistaken. In other words, you could argue this thing is powered by a V12 instead of the V8 you would be expecting to hear. It's honestly no wonder that those Pontiacs were so damn fast in that previous challenge, and why they kept stopping me. It's really starting to make sense now. Because this is not your normal Pontiac GTO. This is basically a V12 powered Pontiac GTO. Is what this is. Because it has the Aston Martin engine inside it. In other words, this is basically a 12-cylinder powered Pontiac, which, by simple definition, means this thing has a V12 engine. In other words, it has a 12-cylinder motor under the hood. And the power output it's giving is just extraordinary, let alone the speed. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, not much farther to go. And then once we're done, we can basically just get out of this one and move on to the next one. Okay, I think I'll make it. I just clipped that toll booth right there at the end, but I finished with a speed of 186. I think that's the fastest speed Oh, the fastest speed I achieved was 191. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, those are my sector splits. And that's our first challenge cleared. After it took me a few tries to get the run in. I'm also glad to say there were no cops in that run either. It was basically all guns blazing from start to finish, without any intrusions from the traffic or the cops in any way. I think that was actually pretty helpful, in all honesty, as we're now 66% done with this. And now we have to get 100,000 in the cost to state driving a garbage truck. Oh boy! This is going to be interesting. Again, because it's been so dry in terms of our weather recently, that's the main reason why you keep hearing me sipping from my bottle. You know what? I'm gonna use a pursuit breaker pretty much immediately if I can reach it. And I am not able to reach it. I think my way of thinking was on the right path, but it was just not gonna work. Because I just did not have enough steering response from the truck to actually get me there. So basically, my best way to get through this is by using pursuit breakers. Those are pretty much the things that I consider to be the cops' kryptonite, basically.
1045. BCCB, I'm trying to get a visual on him.
Cover units be advised. Suspect was last seen heading north.
Yeah, I got him. Vehicle located.
Oh, you're right there.
Patrol.
Dispatch just got hit. Vehicle's taken off on code 3.
Go ahead.
I have a DC down here.
Okay, I'm gonna head this way.
All units monitoring. Be advised, vehicle comes back positive both ways. Better be careful with this guy. Looks like he's got an extensive history. Details are on the system.
Yeah, it was just easier for me to let them take that bit of dialogue because I just didn't feel like I had to respond. I figured I might as well just give them that one.
Charlie 21, on sync.
Okay.
Okay, now let's do it.
Please keep moving, please keep moving, please keep moving, please keep moving, please keep moving. Please keep moving. And the game is acting up again. However, at least I can say, because of how big the truck is, it's easy enough for me to maneuver around those cops by basically forcing them out the way. That's not going to help me out. Unless I can get through. Okay, I'm through. Somehow, some way, I got through.
Hang back. He's on to us. Let's change this up. Stand by.
Okay, we're still in the hunt. We are not dead yet. That does not help me out. And nope, there are no spike strips, and I go straight through the SUV. Well, it's taken me a bit of time to get something done, but
I got a chance to spell, I'm gonna take it.
at least I can say these cops are pretty easy to move out the way. In other words, they're pretty easy to shift, because my truck is so big compared to theirs. I'm basically using the big bad truck. And my tactics for now seem to be working. Even though this probably isn't the best example that I'm setting right now, but whatever. I don't care, because they're really making it hard for me to just get a pursuit breaker. In other words, I have to get one of the absolutely easiest pursuit breakers to get them to stop. And this thing is already hard enough to steer as it is. You've just got to feed the wheel so much. You've basically just got to feed the steering camber so much
I can't get around this guy.
that it's pretty much the only way for you to actually... Okay. And can I get through the sawhorse? Yes, I can. Okay. I come back around and I hit the donut stand. Which is what I wanted to do. And now there is rain coming in. And because there was only one cop there, I could successfully vacate. Probably also doesn't help to say that because we're pretty much well into spring now, there's also a lot of pollen. And it's been pretty dry recently, which probably doesn't help. Okay.
Units on the pursuit call. Suspect was last seen.
Vehicle spotted. Get units over here.
This actually isn't too bad,
Patrol members be advised. Officers are
because basically... Oh, we're now at 69,000. Nice.
Stand by for further orders.
Suspect's tearing through the park. He's through the block. I gotta take this guy out. I'm pushing him over with 1059.
This actually isn't too bad. It's not the best, but it's far from the worst either.
He just launched his car into the air. Units use caution.
Correction, I launched my truck into the air. There was nothing I could do to stop my car from hitting that wall. And down goes the police radio tower.
Bravo 27, we sectioned off the road ahead. Watch your speed.
Can I get through? Yes, I can. I get through successfully. And at this time, I'm not doing too badly. So, all that's left is for me to get another 10 grand in damages, and then we should be there.
We're gonna take him out.
No, you can do your best. But you know I'm not going to be easy to take. Okay, we got it. Now, we need to break him off. We need to break him off our tail completely. I probably wasn't going to stop in time to rid myself of that other one. Probably wasn't going to work.
Echo 12, dead cars just in front of him. He's back into the park.
Okay, I'm gonna have to break myself away from this one.
I've lost my code 6. He's in the area, so let's stay alert.
Damn
I
it.
got him. We're code 3.
I was so close.
Attention all units. Attention
I was
all
so
units.
close to breaking
Code
off the
6 is failing to
pursuit.
stop for police.
And then they
Supervisor
somehow
requesting
find a way
units
to
on priority call.
continue
Switch over to
it.
TAC 2 and monitor the chase.
Honestly, considering the recent crap that I went through in the previous challenge, this one has actually been pretty fun.
Suspect was last seen heading eastbound
Because we
on
get
Bond
to
Boulevard.
drive a
Set up
dump
around the area.
truck.
Coordination will be handled TAC 2.
Because we get to drive a dump truck of all vehicles in this game, and that, I think, is what, in essence, makes it feel hilarious. And they do not want to stop this pursuit, as much as I am really trying my damnedest to make sure it ends. They just will not quit. As much as I am trying to force them to quit. Okay, I think that should be the last of them. And it's not. Come on, this way, 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 this way. Nope, 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 nope. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Go for the building, go for the building. Okay, he's dead. That should be the last of them.
Vehicle down, I'm dropping out.
Hope.
Cover units
Should
be
be the
advised.
last.
Vehicle was last reported heading west on Warrant Road.
Okay.
You have a green light to go ahead and set up a containment.
Okay, we're done. Again, took me a few tries to get there, but we succeeded. That was actually a lot of fun. And in all honesty, it was kind of needed after the absolute hell I went through just to succeed with the police Civic Cruiser, which in my opinion did feel like a total mismatch, but doesn't matter now because we got it done. Definitely one of the hardest challenges I've done so far. But that other one, it was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Because the superior weight did prove to have meaning. Anyways, someone's car broke down near a toll booth, and they need a cab urgently. A rival cab driver is also on their way to pick them up. If you don't reach the passenger in less than 4 minutes 30, the other cab will get there first. And the other one involves us driving the police SUV. Okay, let's try and see if we can get this done. And where hopefully this time around I will not make too many mistakes. Oh hey, we're driving the taxi cab, essentially. I'm pretty sure this thing has, I think, the tuned Mitsubishi engine, is it? Is that what I'm thinking of? Or is it just the tuned hot hatch engine note I'm thinking of? That could be what I'm thinking of.
Attention Channel 1. A street racer has just been reported heading northbound on Lenox Road. I need a unit to clear and head up that way, please.
Okay, good progress so far.
More details on that?
Looks like we're gonna have to go pretty far to reach the first Tollbooth sector, but as long as I don't make too many mistakes, we should be fine. This should pretty much be like any old ordinary run. we're off to a good start so far, so hopefully this can continue. I hope. We've got no cops on our tail yet. Actually, on second thoughts, I think this might be the tuned engine upgrade for the Chevy Cobalt, if it's anything. I know that's probably just a hunch, but I think that's probably what it is, if it's anything. I think the Cobalt would most likely have this sort of engine note. And now we've got to deal with motorized cops.
Yeah, this guy's running. We got a chase here.
But anyway, after driving a V12 Pontiac and a dump truck, now we are having the fun of driving the taxi cab. Again, I will give Black Box kudos in the challenge series for basically including us driving civilian cars aside from driving the cars that you use in the career mode. I think that's actually pretty cool in all honesty. And I think that is one of this game's hidden gems, knowing that we actually get to do this. A lot of these are actually pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. Certain ones, of course, are notably harder than others, but I think this is alright. I think the map was pointing in the wrong direction on which road I had to take. But anyway, we've got just one Tollbooth sector to go, and then there is just one challenge left on row 12. And then afterwards I can call it a day because I don't really have the time to do a third one today. But any progress is still progress, so that's basically the best I can do. And hopefully, if it's possible, I will manage to get these remaining segments uploaded before I go away.
Come on, drop back. Wait for it to clear.
And I reckon I probably will, because I've done it before. Anyways, I win. The taxi cab reaches the goalpost. And my top speed in the end was 143. And an average speed of 101, with 3 traffic collisions and a 12.3 second margin of victory. That was actually pretty easy. I really thought for sure it was going to be harder than that, but it proved to be just the opposite. I actually don't mind that. Again, the reason I'm sipping a lot of water is because, well, the weather in England right now, it's currently pretty dry, and there has not officially been any rain for weeks. Probably doesn't help to say that the days, most of the time, have been pretty warm as well, or pretty hot, I should say, in some cases. But anyway, one challenge to go, and it's pursuit evasion in the police SUV. And we have a less than 4-minute target to reach. Can we do it? I fucking hope so. But we'll wait and see.
District members be advised, we have a code 6 suspect attempting to evade police. Driver has aggressively engaged members to avoid custody.
This thing is huge. And I mean huge in terms of its size. I think this is based off of a Porsche Cayenne, if it's based off of anything. I would say that's most likely what it's based off of. Anyway. Let's see how we go. Okay, that should cut him off. Okay, that should cut at least a few of them off. And I need a few more of those if I am going to break off this pursuit entirely. I know this is not going to be done in one attempt. But these are the challenges I've done on this row so far. They have been easier, so hopefully this one will prove to be the same. I hope. But anyway, we continue to move on. And now, this is where we should be able to get rid of them, hopefully. But as ever, I don't leave anything to chance. I leave it to lots of other things, but chance is not one of them. So I just gotta break off this one last Pontiac, and then afterwards I should be free. Hopefully, anyway. Okay, that should hopefully be it. And it is not it. Or not quite it.
Units are 60 seconds away.
Yeah, this is Charlie 2-4 closing in from the south with a bunch of other units. Just make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
Would you care to say that again?
He's tearing across the grounds to the opposite exit there. Stand by. I lost him.
Okay,
Units on
I'm
my
gonna...
point to set up containment.
Okay,
Units be advised, suspect was last seen heading
let's
west
see.
on Stadium
Are we gonna
Boulevard.
succeed with this?
10-block radius on a quadrant has
We're
been
inside
authorized by
Hickley
supervisor.
Field,
Details will be provided on your screen.
and I'm not going to use that pursuit breaker. There are no roadblocks over there. This is pretty risky, but I'm doing it anyway because I want to get it out the way. And amazingly, I get this done on my first try.
Units on containment 5-1 advises you go low
And
now.
all that took me was 3 minutes and 21 seconds to get it done. Not bad. That actually went a lot better than I thought it was going to go. But anyways, there we go. So in 2 minutes and 53.5 seconds, we damaged 4 police vehicles, immobilized 8 of them, and we got 69,000 nice 850 credits in damages, and 3 unserved infractions. Okay, that is now the end of row 12. And I think all we have left is 5 rows, is it? I think it's 5. But either way, we did a pretty good job. And now, we are just 5 rows away from finishing the challenge series. As next time, we have got row 13. And these are my latest stats, as we're now 70% done with the challenge series and 94% done with the game overall. So, next time, on Need for Speed Most Wanted, more challenge series racing and whatever. Yeah.